Right, it says we're live. Hello, everyone. Hello, Tatsters. Believe you've come here to the channel for a certain reason. He is here. Don't worry. He's in the green room, I think we'll call it. We'll just wait for people to join in before we introduce the special guest. Obviously, I've been flirting with it all week. Done the music in my video, like intro. People got it straight away. Some newer people haven't. But yeah, feel privileged and honoured. In fact, let's not wait around. Should we introduce him now? Ladies and gentlemen, Tatsters and Tatsters, Ben Fitzpatrick.
Dude, you've bigged me up way too much. You've given me so much more credit.
There we go. How are you, Ben?
No, I'm really well, man. Really well. Yeah, I've been watching your stuff, really enjoying it. Yeah, I kind of jumped at the opportunity to come on when you asked me. I thought it'd be a really good chat. So yeah,
Awesome.
Weird being back on a YouTube channel that's reselling related.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously you broke my heart last year, and it has been a year since your last video. So I thought it'd be good to catch up a year on, see how you're getting on, what's changed, what's what. Obviously, I'm sure everyone else will want to know how you're getting on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Just over a year, man. It seems so. It seems a couple of months. It really does.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, it's been a long year for me. But obviously, you was one of the first ones I watched. I think it was Tom English Picker, the first one I saw, and then you was linked, and it just went from there. Nick and everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I started, I think my first reselling related YouTube video was about 3 years ago, something like that. I can't quite remember. It was 3 or 4 years ago, but then there was about 6 YouTube channels that were UK YouTube channels that related to reselling. There really wasn't that many about.
You could count them on like 2 hands or 1 hand.
Yeah, no, there's so many people putting out there their spin on it, and it's I mean, YouTube now is just there's so much information out there, so much knowledge. You can just absorb so much, and just different people as well, because it's quite a lonely game, isn't it? Reselling, you're kind of on your own most of the time. So watching videos and joining in and stuff, and you still feel like you're at work, if that makes sense. You've got colleagues just more of a digital platform.
Yeah, exactly. Right, before we go any further, should we say hi to the chat? I always forget this bit. But have you used StreamYard? I don't think you have before, have you? Or have you seen it?
What's that?
StreamYard, what we're streaming on now, like the website.
I only downloaded this like literally about 20 minutes ago when you said I need to do it. So yeah,
we can do this now. Watch this. Boom. Here's Peter.
Oh, that's excellent. I've never been able to see chats before.
Yeah, flash them on the screen. I don't know if you can see at your end. You should be able to.
I can't. I don't think I can anyway. Oh, I can. I've just pressed. I'm playing around on myself here now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who was first in? Well, on my screen it was Sahir. Early bird Sahir. Here we go. I was saying hi to Richard though. So yeah, got all the usuals. Bumcrack Picker, Richard Payne. We've got Jeweled Wright, Jason, the Vinegar Jar, who I believe is Peter Cummins, Adrian, Mr. Diggs, Tea Cakes, loads of people, as I predicted. Yeah, cool. Everyone in the chat, obviously, I've got my questions lined up and everything, but if you did want to ask Ben or me a question, obviously, whack them in the chat. And again, it's probably going to get busy. If you are gagging for a question to be answered, maybe, I don't normally ask it, but maybe put a super chat. I think it's like minimum £2 if you're gagging for one. See, keep the questions rolling in, and yeah, let's get on with this. So Ben, obviously it's been a year. A year's a long time in reselling. Do you want to do a little introduction to any newbies who don't know who you are, sort of thing?
Okay. Yeah, I'll be as quick as I can with this, because if people have watched me on my channel before, you'll know this story 100 times. I'll be as quick as I can with it. So about 3 years ago now, I wanted to put together, before I got into reselling at all, I was just a normal guy with a normal job. I wanted to put together like a gaming console collection, as you can kind of see. But as you kind of know, a lot of these consoles and a lot of these games are really expensive. End of the day, I didn't have enough money to buy them, basically. And I thought, okay, well, how can I get them? And I came across this guy on YouTube called CJI. He's a Canadian YouTuber, big gamer. and he has got an absolutely epic gaming collection. And he got his together by going to garage sales, which are like our car boot sales. So I thought, okay, yeah, that's how I can do it. I can go to these car boot sales, I can find these awesome consoles, and that's how I'll put this amazing collection together. So I started to go to car boot sales. I was never a stranger to car boot sales. I've been going to car boot sales all my life. But I've only gone just to, I don't know why. Me and my family used to go. We used to go to them anyway. It was like a thing. But I went there looking for these consoles. Yeah, obviously I didn't find anything. I was going to these car boots at 9 o'clock expecting to find Super Nintendos and Nintendo 64, all of this. Obviously, in hindsight, that was a big mistake. So after about a month of doing that, I thought, okay, is it even possible in the UK? Is there even like this stuff out there? I went onto YouTube and I came across Nick Hill's channel. I'm sure a lot of you know.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him.
So I came across his channel, and he was showing that he had his whole video of stuff that he bought, and in there was like a Mega Drive. That was what I was really interested in. Thinking, you know, okay, he's got a Mega Drive here, so he did it. So I went back out trying to find it, still couldn't find anything, and I started to binge watch a bit of Nick then, thinking, okay, does he find other gaming stuff? How regular does he find it? Trying to get a gauge for it, and he wasn't finding the gaming stuff all that often. But what I did clock onto was that a lot of the stuff that he was showing, I was seeing at my local car boot sales. And although they were gaming related, I thought, I had that light bulb moment. I thought, okay, well, I can buy what he's showing me to buy, flip it on eBay, and then I get the funds to buy the gaming collection. So that was how it started. And yeah, I just binge watched all of Nick's videos, and then he led me on to other YouTubers, and I just binge watched all of their videos. Started from there. So I started to resell, to put together a gaming collection. And I'd say within about 6 or 7 months, I kind of put it together, really. I was still working full time at this point. You know, it was just kind of like a weekend thing. And then yeah, that was it. It just grew from that. It wasn't. It was a love thing. You know, it wasn't a job, or it wasn't a way. It wasn't taxing or anything. It was fun. It was you know, I enjoyed it. So I carried on doing it. It was the thrill of the hunt. I can remember actually my first big sale that really made me think, this is absolutely incredible. It was a Hero Quest board game. I got it from the boot sale for £15, and I sold it for £85. I remember I was at work and it sold on my phone, and I looked at it and it said like £85, and I was like, £85. I've just sold that for people. I was like, I bought this last week for £15, £85. And that was the moment when I was like, wow, there's something here. This is incredible. And yeah, so that was when I had it, the thrill of the hunt. So I was going out every weekend, and I started building up my store, and I started building up my eBay. Still working full time. I never even really thought of it as being a job or a replacement for my job. It was only when I was talking to a colleague at work. She was pregnant and she was going on maternity leave, and she'd agreed that when she comes back off maternity leave, she was going to go part-time. And I was talking to her, I was like, part-time? That's got to be absolutely excellent there, lads. Can you believe it? You're going to go part-time? She was like, well, you could as well, really, couldn't you? And I was like, well, no. And she goes, well, yeah, I mean, you know, you do all this reselling. Surely that's got to be enough to cover half your wages. Yeah. And I thought, yeah, actually, it probably could. And that was when it really kind of hit me. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna roll with this. Went to my manager, and I just said, look, would there any chance of me going part-time at work, bringing my hours down to 2.5 days a week? And he was like, yeah, we can do that. It's not a problem. I was excellent goals. That was for me. That was absolutely excellent. I mean, at the age I was 26, to be working 2.5 days a week, and that was all. That was all it was like. I was working because I enjoyed reselling so much. It's not a job. It's not, like I said earlier, it's a hobby. It's just a hobby that pays. It went out really well, actually. So I was
proper snowballed. You was literally dabbling, learnt it. And I remember your early videos, you said you'd never give up work. Then you did part-time, and you still full-time now?
In answer to the question, yeah, I'm still full time. I mean, I was part time for about just over a year, and I kind of got pushed into it, to be honest, to go into full time reselling. I did always say in my videos I'd never go full time because I needed the reliability of a wage at the end of the month. I needed just to cover the bills, and it did work out really well like that. the part-time, the hours that I was working covered all the bills. I mean, I split all the bills with my girlfriend in the house, so it's not as if my part-time wage covered the whole house mortgage and everything. I wasn't on crazy money. But it worked out well because my wages covered the bills. My eBay money was my play money, and I liked that balance. It was really nice. But one day the gaffer called me in and he said, your job's not a part-time job. The days you're not here, it's putting extra stress onto other people. You need to come back full-time. And I knew at that moment that was never going to happen. So he said, go away and think about it. And I said, look, to be honest with you, without being disrespectful, I don't need to go away. I can make the decision now, and I'm going to have to leave the company. That was just over a year ago. And yeah, I'm still here, still doing it, still and I'm living my best life. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, it's had its ups and downs, which I'll get onto a bit later.
We'll go on to that, yeah.
one big down, but for the most part, it's been absolutely epic. It's just like I said, like I've repeated, this is like a hobby to me. It's a hobby that pays. I get to work from home. I get to almost in a way do what I want when I want. You know, looking back at working now, a traditional 9 to 5, it just makes me cringe. Like all the awful stuff you have to put up with, like office politics. Like I used to remember going into work on a Monday morning and going into to the coffee room to make a cup of coffee, and everyone, all the managers, be like, "What are you doing? You're not managing."
Time for you still. Your second coffee today.
Yeah, so I got Monday morning. It's 9 o'clock. We're both don't want to be here. Can I just make a cup of coffee? But I can't because I'm not a manager. I hate all of that. Looking back, it's just so cringeworthy.
Yeah, we'll get onto your sales and your business, but there's this question. Obviously, you said about your gaming. So, is anything of your gaming changed? Collection behind you? Have you added anything like Mega or?
No, it really hasn't. I got everything. I had a list of everything that I wanted. And I pretty much got it all. Yeah, I really did. I pretty much got it. I mean, obviously, I've added the Xbox One and some accessories for that. But no, other than that, it remains pretty much unchanged. Oh, I got the Nintendo Switch. That's new. But yeah, for the most part, unchanged.
Cool. Then the question on the screen I pulled up, how about your Toy Story collection? And I think I know what's happened to that.
Yeah, no, I've still got all of that. I had to downsize that a little bit, actually. That was another thing that snowballed. I went a bit nuts on that. I do go a bit nuts with these things when I get like into something like a collection. I do go a bit nuts with it, and I went a bit mad with the Toy Story collection. It's all above me. That's what I keep looking at. I did have to downsize that a little bit, but again, I made some absolutely incredible money on that stuff because I bought it all years ago.
Muscle Man, I don't know his name. That's it. Mental money.
Yeah, I mean, I bought that. I think I got that for about £90, and I sold that for, was it 350?
It's something like that. And I nearly dropped my phone when I saw it.
Yeah. So I'm, even with stuff like that, I made some good money reselling it, but I just needed to make space.
Yeah. There we go. Another one. Are you still ball deep in Lego and Playmobil?
I love it.
Still, yeah.
Playmobil, yeah. I do love picking up and flipping Playmobil. Lego, not so much. I've just haven't. I don't think I'm looking. I don't know whether I got really lucky with those awesome pickups that I got when I was doing YouTube videos. I got some absolutely epic pickups with Lego, but I just haven't really been looking for Lego. I don't even know why. I used to have save searches set up on eBay for Lego, for Lego bundles, but I haven't got them save searches anymore. But I'd still love to do it. I'd still love to get my hands on a big. I think it's because they're rare, the harder to come across as well. Everybody knows about Lego, and whenever Lego comes up on like Facebook groups or anything, I mean, I don't really use Facebook groups that much, but whenever they do, 10 minutes if that. I mean, and they're just like sets. I mean, if you're talking like a big collection, like a box full, you've got to be there like that.
So getting on to the business, so obviously we all know you for like Playmobil, Lego, gaming, Disney, toys and that. Since we last saw a video, which was obviously a year ago, have you sourced anything different? Any new niches? Anything changed? Anything you don't buy anymore? Anything like that?
It's still predominantly toys. I moved on to electronics now. Like VCRs, stuff like that. A lot of it's going to be down to yourself, Mr. Ross. DVD combos. I never really bothered with those before, but after seeing the fantastic money that you get with them,
they can be a pain though.
definitely into those. I just want Scotty Dan, Warhammer, Games Workshop stuff.
That one.
Yeah. It's there's some absolutely fantastic money to be made in Games Workshop stuff. Again, really hard to get though. It's really, a lot of people know about it, and to get it at a good price as well, because people who have bought this stuff know how much they paid for it, and it's a lot of money. It's a really is a lot of money. So they're gonna be wanting a lot of money, even if it's half as much as what they paid retail. You're still talking about hundreds of pounds, and it can be a bit hundreds of pounds. An investment, you know what I mean? But the returns are absolutely phenomenal on it. I try and get that as often as I can. But yeah, I mean, still just kicking it old school. You know, Playmobil, all kinds of toys. That Lego, I'd love to pick up as much as I did, but I just can't find that as much anymore. Electronics as well. Electronics is a big one. But no, I mean, still clothing is a big no for me. I've never really been a big club. I mean, I had some football shirts, a really good score of football shirts.
Nice.
A month ago, yeah, it was. This was absolutely incredible, George. I think there was about, I didn't even know how good it was at the time. There was about 20 Birmingham City football shirts. I'm from Birmingham, if you haven't already picked up on the accent, for £20. And some of these shirts were from like 1980s. I don't know where I'm at with that. I mean, but a couple of the shirts I got about 124. All the others were in between 50 and 70. And there was 20 of these shirts. But yeah, I mean, clothing on a whole, I don't like photographing it. I'm not really up to on designer brands and stuff and labels, so I don't really know what's. And then even if I did find, say, like, I don't know, a Dolce & Gabbana so-and-so, I wouldn't know if it's a genuine Dolce & Gabbana so-and-so. So I'll be buying all sorts of fakes and then selling it on eBay, and someone will be like, oh, this is fake, and then I'll be getting eBay coming at me saying, oh, you're selling stuff like it. And I don't know. You can say. So exactly. I'm not getting involved with that. I like what I know, and I know what I like.
So is there anything you don't pick up, like you may be used to? Maybe Disney mugs, and do you still pick up Disney mugs and stuff like that?
Yeah, if you used to go back to my earlier videos, you'd see that all over Disney mugs, PG Tips mugs as well. Remember that? but that was when I was first kind of getting into reselling. So you go into the car boot sale and picking up a £1 PG Tips mug and then flipping that £10. Profit was not great at all, but it was profit, and to me that was like it's motivation as well. It's not big sales, but it builds my confidence. It gives me that when a ka-ching comes in, you know what I mean? And then it builds from there. Soup mugs as well. I don't pick them up. Anything fragile, like, I want to steer clear from. So, anything that can break in the post, I do kind of steer clear from. But other than that, as it is, really, as you last saw me.
Nice. Yeah, I did have a question that goes on from that, but we've had a super chat from I Buy, I Sell. Thanks so much, mate. Thanks, George, for getting bed. I guess that means Ben. Thanks for getting Ben on. The guy's a legend, and I would be full-time reselling if I hadn't discovered Ben. It seems like years ago. Thanks. So there you go. Bit of love for you there.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, you're in both in the same boat there, dude.
Thanks for that, mate. So yeah, from what you don't pick up now, how do you think reselling has changed since you first started YouTube? So about 4 years ago. How do you think it's changed? Sort of. Even since you've left YouTube, lots has changed, and
I'd say the actual the car boots have changed. Certainly the car boot sales that I go to have changed. Even though the car boot sales themselves seem to be getting bigger, which in theory you'd think this is really good news. I mean, for the past 3 years, the car boot sales that I go to have been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think I actually know what it is. I've answered my own question in my head. You're finding less and less cool retro stuff. And at first I'm thinking, there's just a lot of people who are after this stuff. But what I'm starting to think now is a lot of that stuff's just getting lost in time. You know, like all the old things like Kongman and stuff, you know, all the games like that, like the really old cool games. I still have never found a Ghost Castle board game.
Oh, really? I haven't either.
Old videos. That was the one game I've always wanted to pick up. Is an MB game. MB, is it? Ghost Castle?
I think so. Yeah, it should be. MB, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one game that I had when I was a kid, and I've always wanted to get to resell. I've never had it. That's a bummer. I've had Hero Quest about 5 times. Not
I've
that
had that, none. It's still on my list.
You've never had Hero Quest?
No.
Really?
Someone picked one up for £1, like literally 5 seconds in front of me. That's as close as I've got.
Oh my god! So I suppose, yeah, my Ghost Castle is your Hero Quest.
Yeah, I haven't got Ghost Castle either.
I'm sure you had a Ghost Castle.
I think I've had something similar before. I can't remember what it was.
You had some ghouling. So I can't remember what it was. I know what you've had though. I remember seeing it on a video somewhere or on your Instagram. But yeah, it was very similar.
Yeah, I haven't had Ghost Castle. It was something very similar. Ghost Train, it might have been.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, or if you do find cool retro stuff at boot sales, people will know now and they've priced it. So, like I say, you have to pay up. So, but if the maths works out, then obviously,
yeah, it's just the whole thing about the whole loft clearing. It's just gone, you know what I mean? Like, I'm having a loft clear out. I've got Thunderbirds up there. I've got Ghostbusters up there. I've got people have done that now. People have cleared their lofts. I think that's pretty much done now.
Like James says on the screen, the sheer amount of people doing it and charity shops asking for more money. Yeah, a little bit. It's a bit of everything, really.
Yeah, charity shops. That's something else. That's something else as well. The charity shops. I know it's everybody says this. Everybody says our charity shops are getting more expensive, but it's true that they are. You know.
Yeah,
and I know they're a business and they've got to make money. And I'm not expecting to go in to find a Sega Mega Drive for £2. I know that there's going to be they've got to make money, and it'd be stupid for them to sell it for £2. But some of the prices they're asking is just absolutely insane. Like more than eBay. And it's really disheartening. Because at the end of the year now, you really have to hit charity shops hard, don't you? Almost every day. And it's really disheartening when you go in and you see something that you think, yes, big ticket item, and you go over and look at a big ticket price tag on it.
Yeah. Well, I've started that series, the charity shop championship. I forget what I call it. But, yeah, like British, you get your certain names: Heart Foundation, Oxfam. They know how to put their prices up, sort of thing. But yeah, you need to sort of find the things they've priced up, but there's still margin. Like I think I sold some shoes. It was in my video yesterday. Got like 65. I had to pay 20, but the profit still is.
Yeah,
like,
I would have been on that exact same.
Yeah. But then, what was it? I think like you get your Harry Potter first editions, even though there's millions, for like 20 quid and it's worth £2 sort of thing.
Yeah, I think was it the last 2 or the last 3? Wasn't every book a first edition?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like this is a first edition. This has got to be worth. This has got to be worth £1,000.
Exactly. Yeah.
Worth about £1.
So, actually, linking onto that, do you have a plan for sourcing stock this winter? Now most boot sales have stopped. What's your winter plan?
It's weird. I'm actually worrying about this winter more than I was last winter. And technically, last winter I was still a full-time reseller. But I think what it is this year is round about, when did I go on holiday? September, October time. I went away for 2 weeks. But I did that last year. I went away for 2 weeks, and it was the first time as a full-time reseller that I was going to be going away for 2 weeks. I was a little bit worried because I haven't got a holiday pay, but I put my shop on holiday mode. Before I went, I drilled many pickups as I can. Really wanted to beef my store up. Put the shop on holiday mode. Changed the dispatch time to, I think it was like 15 days, just to cover myself. Fine. While I was away, sales were coming in almost daily. It was like I wasn't away, and I was loving it. I was sitting by the pool. I was getting ka-chings. I was really loving life. The problem came, and the problem has been since I've been back, because when I got back, the boot sales were finished. While I'd been away, I'd sold about 30 items, and I've really struggled to get my store back up to the level that it was.
That's the problem, restocking.
As I've been buying, I've also been selling, which is good, and I can't knock that. I don't want to be buying loads, I be sitting there. But I really need to get back at that level that I was at. But it's really hard now, just relying on almost charity shops and jumble sales from church and school sales, relying on big pickups that I need that the boot sales gave me, but are no longer there. So that is, I am, well, to be fair, I'm almost back at that point now, but it's taken me about 2 months to get back at that point. You know, that 2-week holiday has taken me about 2 months worth of picking up to get to the point of where I was at, but I'm about there now. But charity shops, like I was saying earlier, almost every day, charity shops. And I'm thankful because in my area there's quite a lot of school jumble sales, church jumble sales. I've got about 6 in my calendar at the moment, so hopefully they're good.
Your hustle, basically.
Yeah, because the sales for me died really early this year, really early.
Weather's been not good.
I think the last one for me, I went to no word of a lie, I think it was September. And after that, they were either like just rained off, or they're just because before I go, there's I noticed you use this as well. They use Facebook groups. You know, if it's cancelled or not, so you don't have to go out and find out it's cancelled. I look in the group beforehand, and people have just said, "Don't bother going." There's like one row, 2 rows.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's either been rained off, or people have just said, like, you know, don't bother going because there's like 1 or 2 rows. But I think it was like September was my last boot sale, which is not great, is it, really, to say the least?
I normally mid-November, so maybe usually this weekend would be my last one, but I've stopped, like, what is it, 3 weeks already now? And even then it was not good because the like boggy ground and that.
Yeah. I mean, the one's still on. Technically, the one that they do still operate, but every week people are just saying, you know, there's like 1 row here, there's 2 rows here. And it's just not put like 6:30 on a Sunday. Granted, there could be one thing there that, you know, you could get a good flip on, but you just can't justify it. Plus the petrol, and you know, it's just...
exactly. I was sort of a bit wary because like them big pickups that I like to get, like worth like in the hundreds of pounds, whatever. You can't really get in charity shops, jumble sales. But I was filming like this week or today. I actually picked it all up. I got a private message on my Facebook business page. Someone's uncle, he used to be a collector. He passed away like 10 years ago. They're ready to like clear his vintage electronics collection. And I might have spent like £1,800 today. But I've got laser disc players, reel-to-reel players. I've got a lot of stuff. I need a bigger unit now. But if it wasn't for that, I'd be pure charity shop, auction, charity shop, auction.
Yeah, but no, that's I mean, that could set you up for like winter. That one pickup alone.
Well, I paid £1,800 for all this stuff. I had to hire a transit van, and there's a laser disc player. It's like not industrial, but it's basically high end, and that should be worth £500 on its own. And it's like mint condition. Obviously, it's a collector. It's looked after, it all works. Yeah,
that's awesome.
But I've literally dumped it out of the unit. I haven't looked at it yet. That's tomorrow's job.
Nice job.
I think that's what it needs. You need like contacts, really. That's one thing I wanted to prove on, was contacts, and it sort of paid off obviously this week.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone else I'm in contact with, but that's through YouTube. He's seen my videos. He's got like a vintage business, and then he sends me pictures on Instagram. We do deals there, so that helps. But apart from that, it's just pure hustle.
Yeah.
Right, are you ready for this question? I said before we went live this would keep coming up, but you got to answer it because it's been a super chatted. Grinding profit £10, which is extremely generous. Big question for you, Ben. Here it comes. Are you going to be coming back to doing reselling videos? Be good to meet you both at another reseller meetup if one happens. Russell, go. Let them know.
Okay. This isn't me coming back video. I'm really sorry. I was more than happy to come on and have a chat with you and do this yearly kind of update. But no, I'm not going to be coming back, I'm afraid. I would like to do the reseller meetup though, because I've never been to one of these meetups. I've seen videos of them and they do look like really good fun. I do feel like I've missed out on the ones that I've been on, so I definitely would like to do a reseller meetup at some point. But as far as the channel goes, it will stay as it was.
Yeah. But I think, how you finished it is literally, I want my gaming collection. You see your journey, and you literally finish it. Like, it's sort of like the perfect story. It's sort of still watchable now. I still watch them. every now and then. Go through
Yeah,
them
you
all.
have to take into double check that all the prices that I was saying, because this was like
Oh,
2
yeah.
years ago, so don't go
Oh,
out
few
picking up this.
months, yes. But there we go. Sorry, everyone. It's just going to continue breaking our hearts. But then saying that, actually, if you just bear with me 1 second. Actually, if I quickly give you a question while I set myself up. There you go, a little fun question. An unknown fact about yourself, Ben. There you go.
Honestly, I've actually thought about this in my head, like if it actually ever came to me in a real life scenario. And my fun fact would be that I actually do YouTube, but I can't actually say that. Yeah. Oh, okay. I suppose it could be that I've got another. No, I kind of did mention that towards the end of my other channel. I was going to say I've got another YouTube channel, but you already know that.
Funny you should say that. That might be what I'm setting up on the screen.
Oh, I had no idea that was coming, by the way.
How many tattoos have you got then?
Oh, dude, I don't know. It started out as a few, and then kind of it just went from up there and there and on down onto my chest and on my back.
I've got nothing. I'm a clean canvas.
Yeah, it was really weird. I went through a stage. I got all of my tattoos done in the space of about 3 years. Crazy. Right. Yeah, I just
it's addicting though, apparently.
Yeah, I got bit really bad. I know a lot of people say it is addictive, and it's stupid because when you're getting a tattoo, you're thinking just get the needle off me and let me go. When you get out of there, you're thinking, yeah.
And there's a quick one from I Buy I Sell again. Thanks, mate. Any more pugs join the family?
I'd love there to be more, but we've still got the 3. My girlfriend Rachel actually really wants a Labrador Retriever. But I love dogs to absolute pieces, but even I said we have not got the room for a 4th dog, especially the size of a Labrador Retriever, Golden Retriever.
Yeah,
just the 3, still the 3. Leo.
I try to remember their names. What was their names?
Leo, Milo, and Cleo.
That's it. But what's the little? That's it. The pug trio. That's it. It's just the 1 dog for us. I really want another dog, but we haven't got enough room, unfortunately.
Oh, there's always enough room for you can get another 1 or 2 in your age, George.
Yeah. Right. So now I'm set up. So yeah, Ben's not coming back to reselling, but if you check out the description, there is links to his reselling videos. Definitely go back and watch them, but obviously update the prices. But yeah, it's just entertaining either way. But Ben is still on YouTube with his lovely partner. Wait a minute. If I share the screen, bear with me a second. Right, here we go. Can we see this? Can you see that, Ben?
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for doing that.
That's right. So this is Ben's second channel, which is active, to Infinity and Beyond. Do you want to explain a bit more about it? I'd say Disney vlogs, but is it more travel related or?
No, it is. It's Disney. It's crazy. I suppose there was a little bit of me that always did love Disney, picking up the Disney mugs, and I still love picking up any kind of big Disney memorabilia to this day. But there was always a little bit of love there for Disney. Never actually went to the world though until about 3 years ago when we were going on holiday. Basically, I wanted to go to South Africa on like a safari. My girlfriend and her 2 children wanted to go to Disney World. I got outvoted 3-1, so we ended up having to go to Disney World. I wasn't really into it until I got there. Absolutely loved it. It was absolutely awesome. It was so much more than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting it to be really kiddie, really like childish. But there's so much to do there for adults as well. It's so entertaining. It's something every day. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I think she loves it as well. And I suppose that makes me happy as well in a way. It's the only place that she wants to go, and I'm more than happy to see her and take her to the place that really does make her happy. I know how cheesy that sounds, but yeah, that's what we really enjoy doing. And yeah, I lightly touched on the vlogging on my other channel. I think I vlogged like a pug festival we went to and stuff, and I really enjoyed
it. At the bottom, yeah. Let's see the videos. Yeah, it goes right back, doesn't it? Here we go. Yeah. This one. Pug Fest.
That's it. Yeah. That was our first ever vlog, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy the editing as well. That's on YouTube, and there was never really much editing.
Oh, yeah.
So old. Yeah, there was never really much editing that you can do with reselling videos, but when you do a vlog, you really can edit it. And just for doing this, just for looking back at memories now, like I am watching these.
Yeah.
It's really nice to look back on your memories and keep it as a little keepsake. But yeah, we really enjoy sharing our shenanigans. Yeah, Disney World now, Disneyland Paris. We really enjoy sharing what we get up to, and yeah, enjoy sharing the stories.
Your partner's Rachel, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's right there on the screen. So she doesn't do any sort of reselling or anything, does she?
No. She did try. I'd say a couple of about 6 months ago, because she fell into some. She was made unemployed, and I said, just give it a go. You know, give it a go. Give reselling a go. I was pushing her onto clothing. I was like, don't get onto mine stuff. Also, I said, look, give it a go. And we went out together. We went to charity shops and stuff. She tried it. She just didn't like it. I think reselling is definitely a thing. It's either for you or it isn't for you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for her. She just I don't think she just enjoyed it. She just didn't enjoy it. So.
It does. Like I think I say it every now and then. It does take like passion and hard work. It's not like easy reselling. And
No.
Yeah, our circumstances might be changing soon. Newsflash. Normally, Amy's actually the breadwinner, but there might be some tweaks and changes.
Go on.
Like just she might be being made redundant, but like voluntary, like take a career break. So because I obviously look after. We've got 2 girls, obviously, and I do like I'm full time, but in a way I'm not because I got to do the house, school run, all like shopping and stuff. I'm like a housemaid as well. But yeah, she might be getting a part-time thing or doing her own business. I've pushed her onto reselling as well, and she seems a bit interested. She dabbles, but I don't think she's got the bug like we have. Yeah. If she goes full part-time, then I'll be proper full-time, and I'll be the breadwinner for a couple of years until the girls get older and that. Yeah.
So no, it's good. You know, something like this can change not just your life, but your family's life. You know, because a lot of people see this as not a real job. You know, you get that.
Yeah.
Whenever you meet people, you try and explain it. They're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I think I get it."
Yeah.
They come across as quite as if so. Do you do that alongside your real job, or is that all you do? And you know, a lot of people don't see it as a real job, do they? But obviously, if you are a reseller and you've been reselling, you know that it's a real job. It is,
yeah. But obviously, when I started full time 2016, but before then I was saving for our wedding. But I could do that, and I've obviously brought up our kids. We don't need child mining. We've saved money on there. Obviously brought them up ourselves and that. So yeah, there's the benefits of that. But it's just blooming hard work. All right, we've got another one. The original retro reselling, Matt. Great to see Ben again. Thanks for organising this, George. No worries. Learned so much from Ben's videos and loving the To Infinity and Beyond videos. There you go.
Question back at you. When's your next upload? Because I actually recently, well, I say recently, I've been subscribed to retro reselling for quite a while now.
Matt likes his vintage toys and that as well.
Yeah. But so when's your next video? You got me waiting just as much as waiting, apparently.
Come on. Yeah, cheers, Matt, for the super chat. What's this one? It's Joe. Another one we're waiting for videos for, if he is still making them.
Yes.
Ben, what's the latest addition to the retro collection? You said the Switch, was it?
Yeah, I think it was the Switch.
He says retro collection. Any retro games or consoles?
Oh Christ, I haven't added anything to this in a long time.
Are you allowed to, or do you get a Bosch, one of them?
No. I mean, Rachel's really good. My money's my money. I think as long as I put my half towards all the bills and stuff, she doesn't bother what I spend my money on. Like I said, as long as the bill's getting paid. But yeah, it was cool to see Joe there. Joe was one of the first guys that got me into reselling. Really cool guy. I absolutely loved his video. Binged so hard on your videos, Joe. Really cool guy. Yeah. Would love to have bumped into you one day, but don't know what you look like. So even if I would have bumped into you, I wouldn't recognise you.
Actually, I've just thought of a question, but we'll do Peter's first. What YouTube channels do you actually watch? Now you've not been them yourself as much.
Oh, I'd have to. You know, I can't think of them off the top of my head. I'd have to go into YouTube on my phone. But I don't know. I do watch. I do still watch. I'm kind of I'm there in the background. I'm still watching. But I'd have to literally go into my sub count just to see who I'm sub to. So let's have a look.
Is there anything non-reselling? What's like non-reselling you'd whack on sort of thing?
Non-reselling. I either jump between gaming videos or aquarium videos. I've got like a large marine aquarium.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen on your like on your posts and that.
Yeah, so I'm a bit of a fish geek, so I'll watch someone setting up a fish tank. It's a lot more interesting than it sounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as subs go, who I watch, okay. So we got George Ross Retro Reselling, the Extreme Booters, couple of local guys. I recently just found their channel. We got Nick and Andrea. Scrolling down, Cookie and the Haydens. We've got Retro Reselling 82. Reselling Life and Adventures, another new one that I stumbled across. Sue's Pile of Shame.
Cool.
Still going.
Reply to you.
Power Reselling. No Nonsense Reseller. Smart Reselling. I do actually still. Yeah, I do still watch quite a lot, and a lot just who I just don't upload anymore.
Yeah, we don't like them, do we? The ones that just stop uploading.
Yeah, there was a couple of really cool guys actually. It was the Car Boot Bible. They were they stopped uploading, but they had really entertaining videos. Really cool couple of guys. But I don't know why they stopped, but they did. But they were really cool, really entertaining. They put like a real like tongue-in-cheek twist to their pickup videos. It was really fun.
Yeah, Matt says he's been struggling with decent-sized hauls, I guess, to do videos. Nothing worthy of a video. Watch this space. There you go. Yeah,
definitely will. Yeah, I was been enjoying that stuff. Yeah, I think it's I want to say local to me, but I think it's more north. Yeah, it's Wolverhampton way.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Wolverhampton way. Yeah. So linked with what's changed in reselling. Do you think there's anything that's changed with YouTube, like reselling YouTube videos? Like if you was to start again, would you do your same thing like the pickups videos, or would you adapt slightly? Or
that was part of the reason I stopped. I couldn't adapt. There was nothing. It got really samey. I don't know whether it came across that way or not, but I just felt that it was getting really samey. It was getting, because I, like I said earlier, I kind of buy and sell a lot of same things, similar things.
Yeah.
And I found that I was just doing videos for the sake of it, and I really didn't want to do that. So, but I can't knock it. I mean, I met a lot of really cool people through that YouTube channel. I helped a lot of people apparently. So it was good while it lasted.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely understand that. Like, I go through sort of slumps and that. Because I bore myself, and you're just talking to your camera. You're like, I've said this before. How do people find this interesting?
And I think like something that like I was watching a YouTube channel. I won't name. It's not a reselling related YouTube channel anyway. But this very clearly happened to them, that their content became stagnant, and people, like, the comments were just absolutely brutal. People were just saying, "Why are you still making videos? Stop just regurgitating content for the sake of it." And I just thought, oh, I'd hate that to happen. I'd rather go out and people be like, you know what, okay, yeah, it was good while it lasted, rather than people going, just, can you stop now, please, because it's getting really repetitive and it's quite annoying. I'd rather go out on the first basis than the second basis.
You can tell my channel, when I go through a bit of a slump, I sort of have like one video, like, but then I'm...
But like now, like people are like there's different, like you did a thing like your packing videos and stuff. I never thought about doing anything like that when
I take my GoPro out on my rucksack and sort of live action. People seem
yeah.
I like
See, I didn't do anything like that. I didn't take you to the car boot sales or anything. Yeah. I mean, you know, if you've got the mind like you have to be able to make, you know, new content and stuff, it'll be fine. But I just got into, I felt it got stagnant.
Yeah. But I get literally daily messages. Everyone's so nice, too nice at times, and it just like I've been sort of every other day at the moment, and I've just got the drive to do it. So yeah, if it was just me just talking to my camera, like you again, sort of thing. But yeah, and also mixing up. Like I'm doing a charity shop championship, and obviously boot sales at the moment. Yeah, I try and mix it up a bit, but I can understand it completely.
Yeah, but it's cool that you did start, because you know you put your own different take on it. You know, you know, everybody's got their own little you know, little thing to say about it. Little, you know, that they can put in, and you know, like yours is like, you know, it's really refreshing in a way. It's something new, and I think it's cool that more people do come and put different content out there, and you know, show what they're doing and how they're doing it. It's always cool to see how people operate, what their setup is, and you know, it's enjoyable to watch. I actually get it now.
Well, because you stopped, that's one of the reasons why I did start. I've wanted to do it for ages, and I always put things off anyway. Even doing reselling full time, like Amy pushed me to do it, and then I think it was my New Year's resolution, because I started in January. I was like, right, I'm gonna get a good camera. So I got the top GoPro at the time, of course. I was like, right, I'm just gonna give it a go, see how it gets on, and it's past. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, 5,000 subs already. It's mental.
Yeah, definitely. I remember you talking to me actually in one of the comments on one of my videos, and you were saying I'm thinking about starting it, and I was like, yeah, do it. It took about, I think it took about 5 months, but yeah, you did it.
Yeah, I started reselling full time just after the wedding, so August 2016. Literally, as I started, I found your videos like September, literally a couple of months in, which was really lucky. And then from like then, I was like, I could do videos like that, but it took like 3 years. Yeah.
Did you just go? How was your progression from employment to reselling? How did you go? Did you just go complete full time, or how did that come about?
So obviously started children young. So moved from Southend to Chelmsford, where Amy lives. So, and I was at college at the time, and I was 19. So that she moved out, had no money, didn't like, away from family and friends, even though they're only like 20 miles away or something. So I had to get, I didn't know, I liked vintage stuff at this time. So I got proper jobs, like a dead end computer job. And then, did you used to play FIFA, like Ultimate Team?
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
So it's basically on FIFA.
Just stressed me out too much.
Yeah. You could trade players for coins and stuff. And I figured out on eBay, you could buy someone's team. And then I worked out, if I bought this person's team on eBay, sold them for coins, I could then sell the coins for more money on eBay. That was like my very first thing, which was really good. I still didn't know I liked vintage stuff. And then Amy bought a book, like, you know, antiques and collectibles books. I forget what they're called, Miller's Guides.
Yes, yeah, I know what you mean.
We bought one of them for my now father-in-law, just for his birthday, but I ended up keeping the book. I was just flicking through it. I was like, oh, if that toy is worth 200, what could I buy it for on eBay? Maybe sell it at an auction house. Like loads of fails I done. So then that's where the bug started, and it just sort of, snowballed again. Then we was getting married, obviously got engaged, didn't have much money because I had a dead end job. And then, the reselling helped pay for the wedding. And then I was good at it. So now I'm full time. That was basically it.
Yeah, I don't think now you've said it. I think you've actually said it in one of your videos. I think you have gone over that.
Yeah,
but yeah, you were saying it started to ring a bell.
Yeah, I was completely opposite to you. Like growing up, I never went to boot sales, never went to charity shops. Like even when I first met Amy, I was like embarrassed to even be seen in a charity shop. I was a proper snob. But now I can't walk past like a charity shop without having a nose in. So, yeah, but I remember like thinking back now when I used to be off school, like ill or like school holidays, I would always be watching Bargain Hunt and Cash in the Attic. But I didn't know, like looking back now, I think, there's the seeds. And now, yeah, it's gone mental now. Now I'm buying like blooming video players for a living.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Touching on that, I watched your video yesterday where you had the return for the combi, the DVD VCR combi.
Oh yeah, from Italy. Yeah, that was. I need to check. I actually got a refund. I think I did.
I had the exact same, virtually the exact same thing happened to me the week before with a DVD VCR copier. I went a little bit differently to you though. So yeah, exactly the same kind of thing happened. It was a VCR to DVD copier, and the guy after 2 weeks said that it was faulty, returned it, and I got it back, working absolutely fine. And I messaged him asking like if he could elaborate on the fault anymore, and he wouldn't answer any of the questions.
Yeah.
He didn't reply to me at all. So I rang up eBay, and I said like, what do I do here? And they said, and this is like a new thing that eBay kind of introduced. It was absolute news to me. They said you could partially refund him.
Okay.
So if you want, you can partially refund up to 50% of the actual cost of the item if it's returned like damaged or anything like that. If it's returned damaged or missing pieces, or if you sold it brand new and it's been returned open, you can choose to partially refund them. And this was news to me because I kept thinking they were referring to a partial refund before the return, and I was like, well, no, it's been returned now. And they were like, no, you can actually choose to partially refund some of the money. And what the guy on the phone actually suggested I do is keep the postage cost that it cost to get me back. I think it was like something like £7.90. I think the player was like £99.99, so I refunded like £91 something. And eBay had you back with that. And it led on to my next question. I was like, okay, well, if I refund this guy at 90 quid, he's going to be angry naturally, and it's just going to go and leave me like a negative feedback. And then this led me on to my second mind-blowing thing. The guy on the phone said to me, as a top-rated seller, and I still question this, I don't know, so it'd be cool to see if anybody else does know, but I asked this guy 3 times to confirm what he just said. He said, as a top-rated seller, you can't receive a negative feedback ever. You cannot get
really?
yeah, and I said, no, I don't understand that. So nobody can ever give me an egg. And he was like, that's right. As a top-rated seller, they can only leave you a neutral.
Wow, that's only a negative today. I only noticed it before we went live. But it's a dodgy one because they bought a mirror from me like 2 months ago, and no message, no nothing. Like 50 quid. Apparently, it's smashed to pieces. But I've had no return request, no message. This was 2 months ago. Just negative, smashed to pieces. Like, oh.
Yeah. So, see, I mean, even when the guy was saying it, I was just like, I asked him 3 times to elaborate, to confirm that, and but I just didn't believe it. I was like, there's no way there's no way that can be true. I mean, if it is true, that's just giving sellers a bit too much room. If we can't receive negatives, But yeah, anyway, back onto what I was saying. You can partially refund if you want to, and that's what I did. And they said if they do leave you any damaging feedback, we'll remove it.
Oh,
so they do have you back. And it's good to
get a chance because I've had no message or anything. They're a new eBay buyer as well. They've only had 1 feedback. Yeah, they left me a negative. Apparently, the mirror smashed to bits, like a 50 quid mirror, but I haven't heard nothing. So yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
I'll see what eBay say tomorrow. I haven't found them. I literally found out about an hour ago, just before I set this up. So yeah, that's good to know.
Oh, that's the last thing you want to see.
Yeah. I did have another question. We've got about 5-ish minutes left if you've got to get going. What's your all-time favorite item that you have bought and sold? Have you got a favorite ever? I think I know. I might have a guess.
I really don't know. There's been so much.
The pirate Lego ship.
Yeah, that came to my mind first. So I suppose that is what the answer is. What's the name of it? This Lego set, Swashbuckler something. It's a really old black and white pirate ship Lego system. I got it a really nice condition, boxed with its original booklet, with its original poster that it came with. There was missing a few pieces. I've just got them on Bricklink. Took me about 6 hours to build it. I actually did a time lapse of it on my channel.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, it took me a long time to build it, but it was a really nice looking ship. I think I got about 450 for that. It was really cool.
Priced it high to not sell straight away. I've done that before, and it's sold in it like the same day or next day.
I priced it that way I priced it ridiculously high. Because I said to myself, if it doesn't sell, I'll just keep it. You know, I think it ended up costing me about 30 quid, 40 quid. And I thought, yeah, I'll keep it. I'll price it high. That way I'm satisfying the business by, actually having it listed. But I kind of know that it won't sell, so I'm safe. But no, it sold up within like 2 or 3 days. It went over to Canada.
Nice, yeah. Trying to think. I think my favorite was. Did you see B Store, the soft toy that I sold for 400 odds? Yeah, mental.
Yeah, that's because it was, wasn't it? There's like, isn't there like 2 or 3 of those soft toys?
Yeah.
Them style. You had a certain one. Like he looks a bit more rough looking, didn't he? He looks a bit more of a monster.
The original Pet Monster, but this was the B Store. He was like the bad guy, and there's like a cartoon that ran for a series, and he was the bad guy. And he had like an orange face, and he's purple, and it was quite smaller. Like the big one, the original one's quite big. But yeah, 450 is mental. So I think that went to Texas in America. So I don't know what they paid on postage again. Crazy, right? I'm
just looking through the comments, and a lot of people are saying that I was given some duff information about that negative. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that's not true. I didn't think it was. I really didn't think it was. But they shouldn't have told me that. And I asked the guy 3 times. I said, like, just to confirm what he was saying. And he was like, no, as a top-rated seller, you can't receive a negative. All you can receive is a neutral. And I didn't believe it, to be honest with you. I thought that's really bad because, I mean, that's just not that I would, but then why do I have to offer good customer service if there's nothing that I can be held accountable for? The reason you give customer service is because you don't want to get an egg. You want good feedback. You want people to go, I'm spending money with this guy because he gives good customer service. If that's safe, why bother? Why bother following up on messages? Why bother, properly packaging things? So I knew that had to be a bit untrue. It turns out it was. So don't quote me on that. Quote that guy. I didn't get his
name. Yeah, I'll phone eBay tomorrow about mine because I think I've had it before. But if you don't get a message, you don't get nothing. They basically remove it. Well, I'll see. I might do a video on it. Who knows? Right, we'll start to wrap it up now. But Ben, what advice would you give people looking to start out in reselling like today? What do you think is the biggest challenge when starting out?
I think the biggest challenge now, if you were to start out, is looking at, I think it's really easy. YouTube, go to YouTube, but don't be disheartened. It'd be so easy to look at your channel, George, and see what you pick up and think, yeah, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to be picking up hi-fis. I'm going to be picking up techniques. I'm going to be picking up Dr. Martens. You're going to be picking up all this high-end stuff. You'd naturally think that. You'd think it'd be so easy, but it's a lot harder than what it comes across. You have to put a lot of graft in. You have to get up early, and like you say yourself, you have to make a lot of contacts. It's not as easy as it can be perceived to be. Yeah, I mean, and start off small, like I did with the Disney mugs and stuff, and the PG Tips mugs. Yeah, there wasn't loads of money in it, but it got my feedback up on my store. It got me going as far as packaging going. There wasn't any days where I just wasn't packaging anything. There was always something to package, always something to do. The money it just built from there. Don't go into it thinking, oh, I'm gonna go in there. It's gonna be an absolute like cash machine. It's just gonna be like pickups, big value items. Yeah, you are gonna you will find some, but just don't be put out if you don't go out and don't find anything.
Yeah.
And
So as Lee says, what's the number one tip? If there's one tip, what would it be?
check eBay sold listings.
Boom. There you go, Lee. Just saw another one. I've lost it now. I've lost it. So there we go. And then to wrap this up, and then I'll do my last question, and we'll see if there's any more. Then we'll call this a wrap. So what's next for Ben, business-wise, YouTube-wise? Any future plans in the years coming, like expanding, maybe not, or yeah, what's the plans?
There really isn't anything. I mean, I completely fluked this whole thing. I'm not a businessman. I wasn't in full-time work thinking, right, how can I get out of this 9 to 5? Where's my next big break? I'm not that kind of guy. I'm just I went to work, I clocked in, I clocked out, I took my wage, I paid my bills. You know what I mean? Just I was just that kind of guy. I wasn't a businessman or anything like that. It just happened by chance. I just completely fluked it. Like I explained at the start of the video with the story, how I got into reselling. It was a real fluke, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I think it is the best thing that will ever happen to me. Getting out of the 9 to 5. I can't put words on it. I'm getting to just even think more, because you get so trapped. I feel like I'm living more, just not just existing. When I was at a 9 to 5 job, I wasn't in a happy place. I was counting down the days until Friday, and then I was rushing the weekend, dreading Monday, dreading Tuesday, dreading Wednesday, dreading Thursday, Friday. Yep, great weekend, and that's what it was. And you lose, you just lost time. You're trapped in this employment bubble. But reselling now is, as well as being fun and entertaining, I'm making more money than I've ever done in full-time work. So there's no way I'm ever going to be going back to a full-time job. The only way I will ever have to is if stuff really badly happened on eBay. I got booted off for whatever reason, and I would have to, but that would be a disaster. That would be an absolute disaster for me. Like, it's the kind of level where I'd probably need to go to counselling or something, because it would absolutely just but no, and as far as scaling up or anything goes, I mean, I'm not looking to branch out into any fields. I'm at a really good place. This was another concern of mine as well, actually, going full-time reselling. How much would I make? Would it be consistent each month? Would some months be absolutely epic, but some months be absolutely awful? And it's pretty much consistent. What I make is pretty much consistent. Okay, there's a slight fluctuation, but for the most part, it's a pretty much set. I know pretty much what I'm going to get at the end of the month, and I have been getting that set amount. And it's, like I said, it's more money than I've ever made in full-time employment. I'm picking up what I enjoy picking up. I'm selling what I enjoy selling. If I can just stay at where I am now, I'm the happiest guy in the world. And I've got no real plans to push myself any harder or push myself into new niches and maybe start hating on reselling because I'm learning these new things and not being successful in them. But I'm just loving what I'm doing, and I've got no plans to change anything. If everything can stay as it is,
but it's come up a couple of times about what was the struggles you mentioned, Ben, and a couple of people.
I'll be as quick as I can. So I kind of fell on my ass a little bit as far as the tax man goes. So I did my first tax return two years ago for the year before that. And it wasn't much. I paid that off in one go because I was doing, like I said, I was picking up Disney mugs and PG Tips mugs. There was not a lot to pay there. Paid that off in one go. Last year,
I think I know what's coming.
Last year, I did my tax return, and I called them up and I said, right, what do I owe? And they said, this is how much you owe. And it was quite a bit more, not shocking, but it was quite a bit more. And I was like, oh, okay. When is this going to be paid by? And like, it needs to be paid by end of January. At this point, it was like December. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. And she goes, well, if you need to, you can actually pay monthly. We'll set you up a payment plan for the next 12 months. And I was like, okay, yeah, that actually sounds really good. That's going to be very helpful. And she went, just so you know, though, there is going to be like a charge on top of about £20-30, something like that, just for using that monthly payment. I was like, yeah, that's fine, that's excellent. So I was paying back monthly, and it was really helpful. When I did my tax return, last one, for the year after that, a lot more money now. I'm a full-time reseller. It's a big amount. This was January just gone.
Okay.
This is left it to the last minute. Called them up. I said, how much do I owe? They're like, this is how much you owe. And it was a lot. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I can't moan at that. It's I'm on paying tax. It means the business is doing really well. I'm fine with that. Okay, great. Can I set up a payment plan, please, for the next 12 months? And she was like, no, but you can't do that. I was like, well, I've done that for the past 12 months. I've been doing that. And she says, yeah, we only offer that if you're struggling, if you're in a bad position, we'll offer it to you. But we only offer you that once. I was not told that at the time. There was no mention of that. And she said, so there's nothing we can do. I'm afraid you owe us a lot of money. I did not have that money. It was the kind of money I could sell my car for and probably sell my kidney for. And that was it. And she was like, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. So I'm like on the phone thinking, that's it, that's me done. I've got enough work. I'm gonna have to hopefully sell off everything I've got, and then hopefully keep the taxman, keep the bailiff away. This is all going through my head. After about 15 minutes of talking, she says, okay, we will offer you this one more time. I've heard you. Basically, I was near enough begging the woman. I was like, please, just let me do this one more time. I wasn't told. And it's partly my fault because I should have known this. It's my business. It's my tax return. But I kind of felt a bit blindsided the year before that I wasn't told that this is a one-off deal. So thankfully, they've let me do it one more time. But she says, I must stress to you, as well as giving us what you owe us monthly, you also now need to be putting money aside for next year's tax payment. So for the past, since January, I've been putting aside hundreds and hundreds of. This tax now is my biggest outgoing of the house, because I've got two parts. I've got the one part that's paying for last year's, and I've got this part now going towards years for January. That's how close I came to it all being being over. But yeah, I mean, but back onto that, I mean, even with this outgoing of the tax, I'm still earning more than I ever did in full-time employment. So it's never been a problem. But that's how close I came. It's also good to know as well, if you didn't know that, and if you do come into hard times, the tax office will let you pay monthly. If so, come November, December, your boiler breaks or something happens, and you need a lot of money going somewhere, the tax office will let you set up a monthly payment plan, but they will let you only do that once, maybe twice if you beg them hard enough. I'll probably owe this woman a date or something,
With me, I got caught out slightly. I was always putting money aside. I do it like every week. Put like 100 and whatever pounds into like a account, and I don't touch it or anything. But I think Sam mentioned it. First of all, thanks, Richard. Great chat. Good to see Ben's doing well. Nice one. Sam, here we go. This is the thing I thought was going to catch you out, paying the half of next year's one.
Oh, so I did that. Yeah. That was fine.
That's what caught me out. I had money. I was like, yeah, I'm going to pay this in January on time. Boff. Oh, wait, you need to pay the half of next year's. Like, oh. But luckily, we was like saving for a house deposit. So I had to dip into that. And then it got to July. I had to do it again. But luckily, I did have this like safety net. But yeah, if you are obviously full-time or part-time, put money aside. Because you don't want to be owing the taxman or the queen, whatever it is.
Very nearly ruined me. Very, very nearly ruined me. It really did. But yeah, I use QuickBooks now, and there's a calculator on there. It kind of estimates how much you owe, which is really handy. I know you've recommended that a lot, and I
recommend. It's only like, what is it, £4, £6 a month, but it's worth.
I think it's
more than that, really. Yeah. I can't remember what it's worth. I just pay it. Bit of traction mileage and everything.
Whatever whatever it's coming out, it's worth it. I think it's between £7 and £9, but it's really worth it. Like, it gives you a tax estimate of how much you owe, and you can put money aside, in line with that. But definitely almost ruined me, that did. But still here, and thank God to that woman for allowing me to pay this for the next 12 months, setting me up again. She did stress, and she did repeat it to me about 4 times that they'd never be giving me this this monthly payment again. So I've just got to make sure that there's always money aside for the man.
But then this January it should be cheaper because you've already paid that. You just need to then pay any difference and then half again. So it should be cheaper in the long run.
Yeah. I'm hoping so anyway.
Yeah. That's the end of my questions. You all right for another 5 minutes? We'll whack through some quick fire ones from the chat.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Right, chat. Down to you. Got any dying questions for Ben?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Whack him in the chat right now. I'm scrolling through. All right, quick fire. Let's go. I can't find any now. Here we go. Mr. Diggs, have you ever come across one of them horse racing games? Again, the one you had major issues with. So horse racing derby, I guess. Oh, it's Ben frozen. You still there, Ben?
I had an absolutely epic score of them at the car boot sale last. I think it was last season. I got 4 of them for £20. All 4 of them were broke. Well, 5. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, it broke up a bit then.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
All right, I can hear you now.
What about now?
Yeah. Oh no, is there a lag?
Is that any better?
Yeah. Bit better. Yeah.
I could hear you fine. The whole time was fine.
I think we've caught up now. Right.
Yeah, I'll pick up.
I know it's lagging again. Oh no, StreamYard's farting. Hang on a second. Let's try this. 1 second. Try now. Right, I think we're good. Right.
It's fine for me. You're not breaking up at all.
Oh, really? Every now and then you just freeze.
You're good now.
Then it'll catch up. Then you answer my question from 10 seconds ago. But yeah, it's all good now. I think.
Oh, okay.
Right. Some quick fire questions.
Oh, there's about.
Do you watch any US resellers?
Yeah, you're fine now.
Yeah. I know there's a delay. Oh no, there's a delay on my end. Hello.
I can hear you fine.
Did you answer the US resellers question? It might be my end then.
Sure. US resellers. I don't US resellers. No. If anyone's got any recommendations, yeah, please fire them my way. You recommended that one couple, didn't you? In your last video.
Rally Roots.
Yes.
Yeah, Rally Roots, also Craigslist Hunter and Garage Flips Lonnie. They're the 3 I watch, like American based. Yeah,
message me them because I would like to. I've just all the ones that I've seen, they're like kind of like really big Amazon sellers, like flipping millions. And I kind of just smaller sellers. Yeah.
Right. Quick fire questions. We'll do a couple more. Is this one? Ben, do you plan to do more live streams in the future? So I guess not your own ones. You don't really do live streams. I don't think you've ever done a live stream, really, have you? No.
No, I've never done any kind of like live streams. No. All the videos are like pre-recorded and just uploaded in that kind of way. Never on the live side, really.
Actually,
I haven't got any software is kind of brand new to me. That what I've downloaded here, what you've told me to download. It used to be through. What was it? Used to be through Google Chats or something.
Yeah, it's like Google Hangouts through YouTube, but they've got rid of that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking of actually meetups. Are you coming to Hitchin? I don't think you are you, on the 30th this month?
I don't know. Is there a Hitchin meetup?
Yeah, it's like a limited space. I think they filled them up, but I'm sure they can squeeze one more in. You have to talk to Nick and Andrew about that. But yeah, it's the 30th this month. It's in Hitchin. I think there's like 80 of us going, I think. Yeah. Have a word with Nick. He'll squeeze you in. Right. One more question. Who wants the last question? There you go. There he is. The man himself, Nick. Are there still items you're trying to find for your collection behind you?
There is as for the Toy Story collection, they released a Bo Peep. Hold on, let me show you. It's easier to explain. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
The whole collection is this Toy Story collection.
Oh yeah.
See that? All of the toys I've got are in that Toy Story collection, and they've just released a Bo Peep version, which I really do want to get. But I think it's like nearly £200.
Wow.
So yeah, I do want to get that.
The new one, is it based on the original Bo Peep?
On the original.
Okay. Actually, last question.
Yeah.
What did you think of Toy Story 4? What did you think?
I loved it. I really didn't think I was going to love it. I thought they were just trying to squeeze more money out of the franchise. I thought it was going to be a money grab, but it wasn't. I really enjoyed it. I love Ducky and Bunny. I thought they were absolutely epic.
Is it controversial if I say number 4 is actually my favorite in the series? Is that controversial?
No, not at all. Like I said, I went into it thinking this is going to be awful. It's going to absolutely ruin the franchise. But no, it really didn't. I thought the third one ended perfectly, but this one did end really well. I hope they don't make any more for the franchise's sake. I think what they've done now is they've done it really well. Really enjoyed it. I mean, I grew up watching Toy Story. I think I watched the first one in the cinema when I was like 9, something like that. So I kind of grew up watching Toy Story, and I've always been a bit of a toy collector. So when I saw these Toy Story collection toys, I was like, oh, I do like them.
Yeah.
And on the flip side as well, it's a massive investment. I know I've mentioned this in my videos, but this Buzz Lightyear with the utility belt, I mean, unboxed, and I know you've sold these, unboxed, these are like 90 quid. This one's brand new in the box. I should be looking at about 300-400 for this when it comes around to selling it.
Really? Wow.
I think I've paid about 40-50 quid for this. But yeah, these are the ones brand new in the box. This is like really
Well, you nearly had to sell it for the tax, man.
I nearly had to sell everything, dude.
Bloody hell. Right. We'll wrap it up now, I reckon. Yeah, thanks so much, Ben, for coming on. Really appreciate it, mate.
No, it's no problem. It's awesome to chat with you, dude.
Yeah. Hopefully we can do it again sometime. Yeah, always welcome. Hopefully you do come to a meetup at some point. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'll keep my eyes open.
Yeah, we had like, how many have we got? Sort of 326, and it sort of hovered around there.
Man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks everyone in the chat, and thanks for all the kind super chats. Yeah, amazing. We'll wrap it up here. Thanks everyone for watching. Yeah, Ben is still on YouTube. Check out his To Infinity and Beyond channel. And yeah, do you want to wrap it up, Ben? Last messages for the viewers.
No, I appreciate that. Thanks, dude.
Yeah. Right. See you, everyone. See you in the next video. Goodbye. All right. End broadcast.